Good evening. I want to welcome you to this webinar. My name is Andre Campbell, speaking to you out of South Florida, chairman leader with iMarketsLive. Super excited to share this information with you. I want to welcome you. If you're looking at this for the first time, perhaps like myself, someone thought enough of you to share this information that's having a dramatic impact, not only on my life, but on the lives of many people right now throughout the world. So this is some information that I really believe can really change your life and help you and your family. Here you can see, we're traveling, crisscrossing the world, various locations, and really spreading the news of, financial prosperity, teaching people how to take, control of their own financial future, take control of it in their own hands. And right now we're crisscrossing the world from the UK, the Netherlands, South Africa, Jamaica, Germany. This, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand, is exploding around the globe. And it's just one of the reasons we are super excited. What we are doing, we're teaching people how to turn their phones, their tablets, their computers, basically into ATM machines. We are unlocking the secrets of the banks. The first thing I want to discuss briefly is something called the cash flow quadrant. When I first saw this, I was blown away. I was amazed, and it was created by Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I didn't even realize I was in a quadrant, Those of you can see this on the top left-hand side, the employee quadrant. Here, I was exchanging time for money. Didn't matter how early I got up, how late I stayed. I was getting paid according to a title, and that was it. My pay was set. It was stagnant. I didn't have many tax benefits in this quadrant. And what I didn't like about it, someone was always dictating my time, when to come to work, when to take a break, when to go on vacation. Then I went on to the self-employed. What I found here in this quadrant, we have a lot of people here in this quadrant, 35% of the population in the US. And this could be someone who's an attorney. It could be someone who's an insurance agent or real estate. People who are self-employed, they basically are working for themselves. But oftentimes what they found, they're working twice as hard for themselves as they were as an employee. People in this quadrant may even be making a good income, but oftentimes they don't have the time, because they're working, way beyond 40 hours just to make things happen. On the left side of the quadrant is where 95% of the population resides. However, you know what? Only 5% of the wealth is on the side of the quadrant. That's why so many people are struggling to get ahead. On the right side of the quadrant, or the right side of money, is where you want to be. This is where I am now. Many of us, perhaps a person who, invited you to see this information. First, we have what's called a business owner. A business owner has an income-producing system or entity that's generating wealth for them, even when they're sleeping at the beach, at the mall, at the spa. The last on this side is the investor. Here's where people have found a way, just like the banks, just like the financial institutions, to make money work for them, to put money to work. Wealthy people understand that money is a tool, is a vehicle, and that you have to put it to work. If not, it just disappears. It just doesn't sit there. You have to put it to work. And that's what we teach you how to do to get on the right side of the money, or the right side of this cash flow quadrant. Now, what we're doing, we found a way to manipulate the Forex market. Forex is simply foreign exchange. If you travel to any country in the world, when you get off the airplane, in the airport, the first thing you see is currency exchange. Ladies and gentlemen, all this is the exchange of currency throughout the world. Every country has a currency. Japan has a yen. The US, we have the dollar. Europe has a euro. The Great British pound, the Canadian dollar. Whenever there's a fluctuation or difference in the price point, there's an opportunity for those of us who have the knowledge to understand how to take advantage of it. Right now, Forex alone is doing over $5 trillion every single day. You can do this 24 hours, 5 days a week. And the great thing about it, it gives you the freedom to utilize technology, smartphone, tablet, or computer to navigate and to profit in these markets. Now, what we've done, we've partnered with a company called iMarketsLive, or IML for short. This company is a phenomenal education company right now, expanding throughout the world in over 100 countries. And what IML is simply doing, it's teaching us how to do it ourselves. You no longer have to send your money off to anyone. IML is not an investment company. They do not collect any funds. You're not going to send any money to IML. IML teaches you how to put the powers in your own hands to do the investment and grow your income on your own, which is very, very powerful. Company is privately owned. This July 4th coming up, the company will be 5 years old on Independence Day, and it's really setting a lot of people free. Everything that's successful has great leadership. This company was founded by CEO Chris Terry, phenomenal leader. This gentleman was not just a wealthy business person. This gentleman, Chris Terry, he is a trader for over 20 years, vast experience, has earned millions of dollars in this space, both on a private and also on a corporate side. And what he's doing, he has a heart of gold to really just help share the knowledge. He used to charge people $10,000, $15,000 for the information on a weekend that you're about to see right now. His wife, Isis De La Torre, she is the CFO of the company. Phenomenal lady, used to be one of the first Latinos executive on Wall Street, has all the series license, keeps the company, compliant, and really is a phenomenal trader in her own right. As a matter of fact, she's the first one to introduce Chris Terry to trading. Then we have Executive VP Alex Morton, young phenom, crisscrossing the world, very, very successful, has a passion to take this company to $1 billion a year enterprise. And so you're definitely in the right place at the right time. Then we have Ivan Tapia, also phenomenal leader, an engineer, came into this space, has created millions for himself and also helped create six-figure earners. And also, along with Alex is just, broadening the scope to really educate people on this phenomenal company. Let's look at a few of the things that makes IML unique. What I want you to understand, first thing, there's nothing guaranteed with this company. This company is not going to tell you that, hey, you know what? If you start trading, if you learn this, you're going to become a millionaire overnight. What the company will do is give you the top education, the top knowledge, the tools, the services, and the support to help you become as successful as you want to become, in this area, in this space, in these markets. They're going to show you how to control your own broker account, where you're the only one that can put money in, and you're also the only one that could take funds out. They're also going to show you how to get in and out of trades. And really, the objective of the company is to empower, enrich, and enhance the lives of millions of people around the world. Right now, there's currently about 70,000 people globally who are members of IML. The company's goal in the next 3 years is to bring in 1 million new people and teach them all about trading. Now, if you have pen and paper and you're taking down copious notes, this is what I want you to understand. We've all heard this saying that knowledge is power. I want you to understand that only applied knowledge is power. People can have all the knowledge on a subject, on a term. If they never apply that knowledge, what good does it do them? Absolutely nothing. The IML Academy is where the knowledge is with IML. I want you to write that down. The IML Academy is where the knowledge is to really give you the tools to hone your skills and begin to learn about these markets. Now, the IML Academy is filled with pre-recorded videos. You can watch them at your own time, and they bring you from the basic, intermediate to advanced. So it matters not if you have absolutely no experience, if this is the first time you're showing this, if no one in your family has experience, it does not matter. I want you to understand many of us began the same way. As a matter of fact, probably 95% of the people who joined IML had no prior experience, and you can also learn to do the same thing. If you spend about 1 hour a day, in 28 to 30 days, you would have completed the IML Academy, and you have all the basic to, once again, advanced knowledge on how to really trade these markets. Now, once you're getting the knowledge, what you're also going to do is learn how to apply the knowledge. This happens in the iMarketsLive or IML TV. I want you to understand this is one of the most dynamic aspects of this company. Here, you have live traders, live experts who are holding your hand multiple times a day, 7 days a week in various different languages. So for the person who says, well, you know what, Andre, I like to be, handheld. I want someone to show me. This is where IML TV comes into play, and it's interactive. So you can ask questions as you're going through learning this information. There is someone called Adeze Duncan. She was a prior school teacher. She teaches Forex 101. Her name is Adeze Duncan. When you sign up and you get in your back office and you click on IML TV, you will see her. You'll see her schedule. Get in with her. She's going to bring you and hold your hand from the basics all the way through to begin your journey of understanding these markets. Saying that, I want you to understand this is nothing you have to be intimidated about. Once again, it's like anything else in life. And I tell people all the time, if you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. However, with this system, if you're willing to learn, there is no one that can stop you. So once again, IML TV, IML Academy is where the knowledge is. IML TV teaches you how to apply the knowledge. Even if you're somewhere in a secluded area where we're not having live events, live meetings, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to learn how to trade, complete the academy and get on IML TV, and you will begin your journey of success with all the knowledge, all the information. Now, let's go into some of the tools that we have to help you, the new person, start earning, quickly. I want you to understand, when I was going to school, I didn't earn a penny until I finished school. This, what I want you to understand, you can truly earn while you're learning at the same time. The harmonic scanner is a phenomenal piece of software, and think of it as your own personal assistant. What it does, it looks back historically at past trades that have already happened, and it gives you a heads up to say, you know what, this is a possibility, this is coming. That puts you in the position for a high probability trade. Now, I also want you to understand, we have so many people that are having success, with this one piece of software. So many people have come in, and once again, this software is working for you 24 hours. It's right there. You can access on your phone, your tablet, and also on your computer. The next thing we have is something called the Web Analyzer, one of our newer pieces of software. This software, what it does, it just looks at multiple currency pairs on multiple time frames, does it simultaneously, and it gives you alerts. It sounds like a cash register, ching at when there are trade possibilities. Now, this software is so dynamic that we also have different people implementing their own strategies into this software to give you even more trade setups. What I want to do right now, I want to go out to someone who is here in South Florida. A lady I got a ton of respect for. Her and her husband are called the Motivators. They've come in a very short period of time. They're trading, they're learning, they're earning, and they're using some of these different softwares to really expand, why they continue to learn, how to navigate these markets. So I want to see if Miss Felicia Johnson has made it a call tonight.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight?
Hey, we're doing awesome. How are you doing?
Nothing, mommy duties.
Well, that's great. I know you're a mother and you have the kids. That's one of the things we love about this. People can really have time to spend, with family while they're earning. So tell us a little bit about your experience so far with iMail and the products.
The experience has been amazing. I want to also give it back to you, Andre, for being an amazing leader, an amazing mentor for everything that you do, teaching me how to trade. But the experience with IMA has been awesome. Being able to homeschool 5 children, be able to, stay home and make money just like the banks, and be able to educate and empower the people is just an amazing feeling. So I'm happy that IML found me and my family, and it is doing wonders. So I thank you again, Andre, for everything.
Hey, well, thank you. And thank you for all the people that you and your husband are also helping. And we definitely appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing you guys this week in South Florida at some of the events. So thank you very much. So ladies and gentlemen, the next product we have is something called the swing trades. Now, what I want you to understand, Chris Terry himself, the CEO, a multi-million-dollar trader, he gives you certain trade setups that you look for and you can see in the market. Myself personally, I never had a millionaire come in and mentor me and give me information that can change my life and has changed my life. So I want you to understand with the swing trades, you'll get this a few times a week. Not only does he give you a video, showing you, he's also explaining to you, why we're buying this, why we're selling that, and educate you at the same time. So it's invaluable. And the swing trades is another, product that you also receive with IML. Now, the next product is pretty phenomenal. And what this product is doing, this is really putting the power in the hands of many people because, we almost all of us have now a smartphone, as they call it, a mobile phone. And many people spend hours a day, multiple times a day looking at their phone. However, the majority of people are not making money on their phone. Their phone actually is a liability. It's a bill. Now, phones are great. Technology is great. We're going to show you how to utilize that phone in your hand to really begin to profit in these markets. Now, Swipe Trades is simply an app, and you have expert traders who are behind the scenes at the company, and they're sending you the trades onto your phone. All you're doing is just copy and paste. Ladies and gentlemen, if it gets any easier than this, I don't know what to say, And this thing, we just also added swipe coins. And once again, while you're learning, while you're going through the IML Academy, while you're going through IML TV, you can learn very simply. We have the simple videos that show you how to enter these trades. You just copy and pasting. As a matter of fact, you could enter a trade in like 1 minute or less, once you get the hang of it. It takes me about maybe 20 seconds to enter a trade. That's it. And these trades come continuously over and over, once again, from the experts of the company. As a matter of fact, we just had one of our best weeks, our best week ever with swipe trades. And you could see here, we had over 1,000 pips, in 1 week. Now, you may be wondering, what is a pip? What does that mean? Well, think about this. If you ever saw a football field, each yard on the field is a pip or a ruler. Each notch is a pip. So think about a ruler, right? If we were at the 10 pip notch on the ruler and we went up 20 notches, we'd be at the 20 notch, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's all a pip is. Pip is a measurement of the currencies as they move up and down on a scale. Now, here is a unique thing about this, right? And this is hypothetical, and past results do not guarantee future performance. And this does not mean we're going to have 1,000 pips every week. However, this is what happened, and it's documented. This is what I want you to understand. Let's say out of this 1,000 pips, you got, let's say, half of these pips. Let's say you got 500, right? And you had $1 per every pip. That means if it went 500 pips, you would have earned 500 times your dollar, your $1, $500. What if you had $5? You just multiply 5 times 500. What if you had $10 a pip and it went 500 pips? You understand that is $5,000, and that was in 1 week from May 6th to May 11th. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand, I've done it, others are doing it, and this is what we're helping people around the world understand, that these tools, these softwares, these systems are so powerful, dynamic, and lucrative that you can literally take them and begin to earn right on your phone, truly turning your phone into an ATM. If you do not have the swipe trades, my professional recommendation is get this thing ASAP. I mean, cat quick. Without using this, it's like just letting money pass you by, because once again, you don't have to do any analysis. You don't have to look at any charts. You don't have to sit in front of a computer. Just pick up your phone when the alerts come in and just take the alerts, copy and paste. That's it. They give you the entry, the stop loss, the take profits, everything. One of the most dynamic ways I've ever seen for people to make an income, and it's only getting better. We also just added swipe coins, where we're also trading the cryptocurrencies. As they say, it gets gooder and gooder. I also want you to understand, as a team, as a company, we do these things that provide support. The company, every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time, we have what's called a 7-figure mentorship call. This call is amazing. You have 6- and 7-figure earners on here. I mean, just giving you the golden nuggets of, how they changed their lives, what they did. Most of these people were average and ordinary people, just like yourself, like I was, who chose to do a few extra, ordinary things every day, which made all the difference in the world, and it's paying off big time for them and their families. Now, the next thing I want to do, I want to go out to another young lady here in South Florida I got a ton of respect for. This lady is a pastor. She's a wife. She's a mother. She actually owns her own credit restoration business, and is one of the few people in the United States that can actually issue her own MasterCard. She's helping a lot of people. She's become a phenomenal trader. And once again, she's a phenomenal leader and has a heart to really help a lot of people and empower people in the community to really pick up this skill of trading that I just tell people, it's just setting people free. So I want to see if my friend and business partner, Miss Yvette McCray, has made it to the line tonight.
Yes, I'm here on the line. Are you there? Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday evening. It's a pleasure to be sharing the same space and platform, giving it right back to Mr. Andre Campbell, which is a phenomenal leader and mentor. And my experience with this whole IML platform is life-changing. I came in not knowing a thing about the foreign exchange market and how I can actually become profitable in it. And, you know, just spending a couple of minutes to an hour a day has literally changed my scope and the way I think about making money for future generations to come. This is something that I would truly pass on to my children's children. And if you're anything, you know, like me, and you just love the word of God, and it tells you, you know, that you should be to be able to provide an inheritance for your family. Well, this is the real inheritance, where you can truly teach them how to fish for life and never, ever, ever have to worry about working a job again. This is an education that, you know, will allow you to not be in debt, but to get out of debt and not live paycheck to paycheck. This is truly a life-changing skill. And my personal recommendation, you know, if you're hearing this from the first time, you want to thank the person that invited you, and you want to jump in all the way in, not just sit around on the ocean side, but get your feet wet and get digging into this information, because it is truly life-changing. I am very, 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 very passionate about trading at this point in my life, because I see the great potential that it has to really grow wealth, and not on a small scale, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about a humongous scale. So with that being said, you know, my name is Yvette McCray. It's been a pleasure sharing my experience with you, and I want to pass it back to my business partner and my good friend, Mr. Andre Campbell.
Well, thank you, Miss McCray. Every time I hear you speak, I take copious notes, and I feel like signing up all over again, because I know that you know the potential of what we have in these markets. Many people don't. And ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you it's been an amazing journey. And the thing is, we're just beginning. Now, how do you get started? It's very simple. What you're going to do is get back with the person who invited you to view this information. They're going to give you their IML link, and you go there and sign up. Now, what you're going to receive is the IML Academy, the IML TV, the harmonic scanner, and the daily swing trades. Now, all of this for a one-time of $195 plus tax, depending where you are. There will be tax with that. And then you're going to pay $145 a month plus tax, depending on where you are. I want you to understand, for less than like $7 a day, you know, you have the ability to learn from experts, to utilize these tools, and then to master a few basic techniques, once again, that can add, you know, hundreds or thousands of dollars, you know, to your income. Myself personally, I've been able to have $4,000 days in this, $10,000 days, even a $23,000 day before 9 a.m. Eastern, just trading the markets, just viewing the information you're seeing here. Now, past results do not guarantee future profits, and it doesn't mean what happened for me is going to happen for you. However, I want you to know we have people who've made a lot more than that. I mean, a lot more, you know, so it's like anything else in life. You know, we get out of it what we put in. So it's really up to you. Do you want to just become a customer and just utilize the products? Or you say, you know what, I want to go to the next level. I want to really absorb the IML Academy, IML TV. I want to learn how to trade myself also and really navigate these markets. I want you to understand we have something for everyone in this space. And there are also additional products you can add. As I mentioned earlier, the swipe trades, you know, I definitely recommend everyone having the swipe trades. The swipe trades is phenomenal. And we have the swipe coins. And you can add these for about $15 more a month, and also the web analyzer. Or you can do like many of us did. What we did, we got the whole package all together. I didn't want to leave anything on the table, for about $250 one time, and then about $190 a month, you know, month in, month out. And this is what I tell people. If you hear that and you say, well, you know what, Andre, I'd like to do it, I can't afford that, then this is what I say to you. If you cannot afford that, then obviously what you've been doing is not working. And unless you do something different, you're going to continue to get the same results. Ladies and gentlemen, we're teaching people how to earn, amazing amounts of income in an hour, in a day. It's really all up to you and how serious you take it and where you want to go with it. Now, the company has made it even easier for you. What the company says is this: when you sign up and you like the products, the education you're learning, you're earning, 2 people that you refer, if they sign up and also become customers, your membership is waived. It's absolutely free. When I first saw this, I just got on the phone and started calling people who I wanted to help, people who I knew were looking for a way like myself to earn additional income, and my membership was free. It does not get any easier than that. All you have to do is help people. I found the best way to help myself in life was by helping other people. So we have the 2 for free, and it's very simple. Once again, you get these products for free. Now, everything I just went over is just you becoming a customer, utilizing the products. You don't have to talk to anybody if you don't want to. You don't have to recruit a soul. You don't have to tell one person, and you can utilize your phone, tablet, or computer and begin learning and earning in these markets. In addition to that, if you're also a person who likes to share good news, who likes to help people, and you refer other people, the company will also profit share with you, because the company does not spend money on advertisements or anything like that, print ads. What the company does, every time a person comes in and they get a membership, the company pays out a certain amount back to those of us who share. Here you can see a few different ranks, different people who've come in and begin sharing IML. As a matter of fact, Chairman 50 there, Lawrence and Tamara Young, these are the people who call me and say, hey, Andre, I need you to look at this to see what's going on. Right now, they were considered was Chairman 50 in the company. That means the company is paying them an additional $50,000 every month, $12,500 a week, because they took this serious. They love IML, and they begin sharing it. Myself, I'm humbled and honored to hit the rank of chairman in the company because of the efforts of many people like Ms. Felicia Johnson, Yvette McCrae, Philip Johnson, so many other people who, like me, saw the value in IML and began sharing it with people. If you have the desire to also become a chairman, I'm going to show you how to do that. And we want to help as many people get that blue jacket also like I did. And right now, about 120 other people out of about 70,000 people throughout the world have done also. This is what the company says, very simple. When you begin as a customer, if you refer 3 customers, you can upgrade to what's called an IBO, independent business owner. All that means is the company is going to profit share with you when those people begin sharing it with other people. There are no limits to the amount of people that you can personally sponsor. For everyone that you personally sponsor in over 120 countries, the company is going to pay you $35. As those people begin to sponsor other people, you'll get overrides of $10 and $5 as you advance through the ranks in the company. And this income is a team builder bonus. It's paid out every single Friday. Now, when you sponsor 3 people that you want to help, congratulations, you're a Platinum 150. Here, you're going to earn $37.50 every week or $150 every month. Here is where the magic happens, ladies and gentlemen. Here is where the power of exponential growth, here is where being on the right side of that cash flow quadrant as a business builder begins to kick in. This is one of the things I saw, and it blew me away when I first saw this. When that team of 3 grows to a team of 12, you sponsored 3. You could sponsor more if you want to, but you sponsored at least a minimum of 3. The company is going to say, congratulations, you're now a Platinum 600. They're going to pay you $600 every month, $150 a week. Do you realize just by helping 12 families, 12 people, you just gave yourself a $7,200 a year raise? Here's my question to you. What do you have to do if you're working a job tomorrow morning to get a $7,200 a year raise? That is life-changing income that can help with the bills. Do you know an extra $600 a month would prevent and stop most divorces in the U.S.? So I want you to understand this is truly life-changing income. When that team grows to a team of 30 people, once again, in over 100 countries, you may tell someone in Florida, who tells someone in New York, Georgia, tell someone in Germany, you're getting paid because why? You took the time and effort to initiate that. Here you're earning $1,000 a month, $250 every week, and it continues to grow. The more people that your team begins to help exponentially, the company says, you know what? Congratulations. When you get to Platinum 2000 with only 75 people, that's an extra $500 every Friday coming into your household. Platinum 5000. As a Platinum 5000, you're now earning $60,000 a month, a year rather. That's $1,250 a week, $5,000 a month. Do you realize at that point, as a Platinum 5000, you're earning more than a lot of people who are coming out of college with degrees who aren't earning $60,000 a year? And it gets even gooder and gooder. Once you hit Chairman 10, which is the first executive position, congratulations. Here you're earning at least $10,000 a month. Every Friday, $2,500 a week. You just put yourself in the top 10% of income earners in the entire United States. It keeps going. Chairman 25K a month. Chairman 50, as I said, my sponsors, every Friday they earn $12,500. Do you know they are in the top 3% of income earners in the United States? And it goes all the way to Chairman 500, where you can earn $500,000 a month, placing you in the top 1% of income earners in the entire United States of America. We already have 3 individuals that have hit that rank. I want you to understand that IML is still so small, still so new, that we're going to have many others. Myself, I'm on a mission to get there and bring as many people as I can with me. So if you're looking for another income stream while you're learning to trade, just by sharing good news and helping other people, congratulations. You found what I believe is the best thing I've ever seen in this industry. It gets even better while you're going through these ranks, while you're helping more families. The company says, you know what, congratulations here. Here's additional bonuses. You hit Platinum 2000, here's an extra 500. You hit Chairman 10, here's another extra 5,000. You hit Chairman 50, like my sponsors, here's an extra $25,000. Now, when I was working 9 to 5, corporate America, I didn't get bonuses like this for doing extra, for hitting different goals. That wasn't happening. And there's also a Chairman Infinity bonus. This is just even more money, more money, more money as you go on through the comp plan. I want you to understand this company is unparalleled with the education, with the compensation. It's really changing lives, and it's while we're expanding and growing globally around the world. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to switch gears and go into a little training, a little bit on the charts to understand, kind of what's this about. Now, what we do with this is, as a group, as a team, we trade together collectively, and this is an addition to the swipe trades, a harmonic scanner, the web analyzer. I want you to understand you're going to have so much support, so much training, so many systems that, whatever you want to earn, it's there for you. Now, what you're looking at right here, this is the MT4 MetaTrader 4, the computer version. On our team website, cmprofits.com, that's C as in Charlie, M like money, the word profits with an S plural. You can go there, click on the system, click on computer trading, and I actually show you how to use this platform. And we also have Trade View that you can access on your phone, tablet, or computer. Get back with the person who shared this information with you. Ask them, how do I get my chart set up? How do I get in? What I also want you to realize, here you can see I have my charts marked up. These blue candlesticks, we call them, are when price or the market is going up, these currency pairs. I'm not going to go into the basics of this. Those of you who are coming on, you're up to speed. Those of you who are not, go to cmprofits.com, click on the system, click on computer trading, and you can catch up. Also, go into the IML Academy. You're going to learn all about these charts, how to set them up, how to mark your charts up, IML TV. That's where the knowledge and the information is. And once again, you can learn it at your own pace. However, I tell people this: if whatever you're currently doing is not paying you 6 or 7 figures, my professional recommendation, quick, get signed up, get into the IML Academy, IML TV, and beginning learning how to navigate these markets. Now, we're looking at 4 currency pairs here that we like to trade: the Euro New Zealand, the Pound New Zealand, the Pound Aussie, and the Pound versus the Japanese Yen. Currency pairs happen in pairs. 2 currencies match together. They go up and they go down. When they're going up, we're buying. When they go down, we're selling. Now, last week we went in, I actually did a video showing some of these moves of the pair. Here we can see the Euro New Zealand, and we're looking at the daily time frame here, the D1. This software goes from the 1 minute M1 all the way to the month. And we can see that over the past, let's say 4 or 5 days, the Euro New Zealand has been in a strong uptrend, making higher highs all the time, going up. So those of us who are trading this pair, what we will do is definitely look for buy trades. Many of us are already in. Here's our next target right up here at 1.73525. That's a take profit zone. As we can see here, back over on, let me do this. Back over here on April 26th, this pair went up to this area right here. I'm going to mark this. Went up to this area right here. And then it fell back down to where? To the floor. These green lines are support and resistance. The green line above is a ceiling. Price, these candlesticks, this white line is a real-time line of this pair. What does that mean, Andre? Very simply, the Euro New Zealand dollar, everyone looking in the world knows that right now it's at 1.762689. All the banks, all the hedge funds, all the insurance companies, everyone in the world who's trading this pair is looking at the same information. We have the same power in our hands. So if you're in this trade, you're looking for it to go up to that area, another, let's say about 80 pips. Now, once again, last time it came here, it fell back off. So we're looking to see, can it break this area and continue up? If it breaks this ceiling of resistance here, we're looking for it to go on up another 200, let's say 200 pips even, up to that 1.757 area. Now, how could you have taken advantage of this currency pair knowing that over the past 4 or 5 days, ever since May 9th, this pair has really been going up? What you could have done is drop down to a lower time frame. Let's look at the 4-hour view. Here's a 4-hour view. We can see it came down, it pulled back right where? Right to the floor of support. As a matter of fact, this blue candlestick right here, let me mark that. I am using Heikinaichi candlesticks. For those of you who like to use them. On 5/11, it pulled back down here. Now I'm on the 4-hour time frame. This means every candlestick, red and blue, that you're looking at represents 4 hours of time. 12 o'clock noon, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 8 o'clock. Every 4 hours, a new candle forms. Now what are we seeing? We're seeing a little consolidation right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 4 over the last 16 hours, it has not been able to break this area and quite possibly, may fall from here, may pull back, and we're watching that. But what could you have done to enter this trade? Now, we understand support and resistance, right? Support and resistance are just barriers that give us a place where we can define our risk. What do I mean by that? Very simple. Let me move this line right here. I'm going to left click, I'm going to delete. Let's say we were looking to get in on this trade about right here on this candlestick, right? Now, why that candlestick? The reason is this green line was a floor below. The candlesticks came down, hit the green line, and couldn't get any lower. So what does that mean? We know if it can't break any lower, there's a high probability it's going to move away and go the opposite direction and go up. Price, these candlesticks do not like to stay around these green lines of support and resistance for long periods of time. So that means we're saying, you know what? It broke through, came back down. First, this green line was a resistance. It broke through resistance. Resistance means when the line is above the candle, it has to go up, and the green line is resistance for the candle to break through. Once it breaks through and above, the green line below becomes a line of support. It's holding price up. So what we would have said is, hey, you know what? It broke through, it pulled back here. We're looking to enter this trade. Now, if we're looking to buy and go up, we're going to make money every single pip it goes up. It goes up 1 pip, 10 pips, 20 pips. We are making money. However, if it goes the opposite direction against us, we're losing the same amount that we would be earning going up. Now, if you're trading and you understand, you only want to lose a certain amount of money. I want you to understand this. In trading, you're going to take losses. That's just a part of it. We're going to have smaller losses and bigger wins. That's the difference in growing your account, compounding your account. So very simple, right? We're always looking for ways to minimize our risk in a trade. Once you understand this, once you learn this, you don't have to be nervous. You'll do the same thing over and over again. It becomes methodical, routine, mundane over and over. So what we would have said on about 5/9, May 9th, well, here it's May 11th, rather. If we're looking at the 4-hour time frame, we can say, you know what? On this 4 hours, which happened at 8 a.m. in the morning, this candlestick closed, this one right here, this blue one, when it closed at 12 noon, it was blue. Why was it blue? Because it closed higher than where it opened. That's another training, going to the IML Academy to understand what makes a candlestick blue, bullish, what makes a candlestick red, bearish. So when we look at 12 noon, we say, you know what? It closed blue and is quite possibly may move up. Now, we don't know which trades are always going to win, which trades are going to lose. But what we do know is how to control our risk. When we go into the markets, we know just how much money we're willing to risk, how much money we're willing to lose, which is the most important thing. Amateurs go into the market looking to say, well, how much can I win? If it goes up 100 pips, I'm doing, $10 a pip. I just made $1,000. Professionals say, well, if it goes against me 30, 40, 20 pips, and I'm doing $10 a pip, I'm looking to lose $200, $300, $400, $500. Once you define your risk, that's the first main thing. Now, the harmonic scanner software, it does all of this for you. It looks at the risk. It looks at how much money you have in your account. You could begin trading with as little as $25. There's no big risk. I used to think you have to have a lot of money to invest. Or as little as $25. Let's say hypothetically you had $100 in your account or $1,000. What you would do is say, you know what? Out of that money, I only want to risk 2%. And we show you that in another training, the 2% rule, how to risk 2% of your capital. So when you do your stop loss, you're going to measure your stop loss. What I'm utilizing here, I have the mouse with the ball in the middle. When I click on the ball, it brings up the crosshair. This crosshair is also over here on the MT4. What I do then, I say, okay, I want to enter in on this candlestick. Why this one? Because this is the one I can see at 12 o'clock noon when this one closed. I want to go in there. I'm going to put my stop loss right below the green line. In this case, I'm willing to risk about 79 to 80 pips. So depending on how much money's in your account, you want to get that down to the 2%. And then you find out how much you can risk on that trade. So if these candlesticks would have turned red and came down through this line of support and hit our stop loss, the stop loss takes us out of the trade. We say that's all we're willing to lose on that one particular trade. This happens automatically whether we're sleeping or doing something else. So you don't have to watch it once you set your stop loss. Now, in this case, you can see the trade went in our favor. We made money. We're making money. As we were making money, we can also move our stop loss up and lock in profit. Once again, that's another training. But the main thing I want you to know, you defined your risk. You got into your trade. Here's your target up here. At this point, you're up over 200 pips. You're happy you're making money. That was an entry on the 4-hour time frame. Now, we could have dropped down to a lower time frame. This is the 1-hour time frame. Every candlestick now represents 1 hour time. The market always gives you clues. The market can show you what's going on. I'm a reactionary trader. I don't predict the market, I knew from looking at the daily time frame, the bigger time frame, hey, this thing has been coming up just like it did here previously where it went up over 400 pips. So there's a high probability that every day it may continue to make higher highs and go up. Once again, we're just following what the market is showing us. So we could have dropped down to the 1 hour time frame and say, look at this. It came down. Here's a doji candle right here that happened at 5 a.m. in the morning. Now, what I'm showing you here is a demo account. This is on Owanda. Owanda is a U.S. broker. I like Owanda because it gives the times in Eastern Standard Times. So whenever I'm back testing, whenever I'm looking at different strategies, I can just know by the click of a mouse. Now look down here at the bottom, it tells me the date and the time. So this was at 5 a.m. in the morning during the London session. What you just saw is a little doji candle. If you don't know what the doji candle is, go into the IML Academy, learn your candlestick patterns. Then I saw at 6 a.m. a blue candle close. At 7 a.m. another blue candle close. 8 a.m., which is New York session, what happened? Price started to take up. It went up about 50 pips. It pulled back. And then what did it do? At 5 p.m. Eastern time, It just rose all the way up over 100 pips. Do you understand that just 40 pips a day can definitely keep the bill collectors away and make you a wealthy person trading Forex? You know, you may not be looking for 100 pips a day. You may not want to ride these bigger time frames up. You may say, you know what, I just want to get my 40 pips. You got it about right there. That happened about, let's say, about 9 a.m. Eastern time. You'd had your 40 pips a day. If you're doing a standard lot, $10 a pip, that's a quick $400 you made. You're out of the market, on to work, on to do whatever you're doing, and just doing the same thing over and over again. Now, this is the 1 hour time frame. Let's look at this same action on even a smaller time frame. Let's go on to the 15-minute time frame. And you're going to see there are multiple different ways to enter trades, multiple different time frames to trade on. It just depends on you, your schedule, how you're looking at the market. Here is the same thing that we're looking at. Let me minimize this. On a 15-minute view. Now, the first thing you notice, we're on the M15. Each candlestick represents 15 minutes of time. And what do you notice? There's a lot more red, blue, a lot more up, down, up, down. This is why I always begin first looking at the daily time frame. The daily time frame, it filters out the noise. This is easier to see blue, than on the 5-minute, the 15-minute red, blue. Look at this move right here. This thing went up. Do you understand why this move was going up here over, let's say, a period of 11 days from about April 15th, let's say about April 26th? Although it was all blue on the daily time frame, when you drop down and look at all the smallest time frames, here's a 4 hour. If you look at that, you see a lot more, you know, back and forth. Let's look at the 1 hour. Minimize this. A lot more back and forth. You see that? So this is why it pays to also look up at the bigger time frames, look above the trees, above the forest. If you're always on the 5 and the 15-minute, you're just going through the woods. You can't see. Get into the plane on the daily time frame, get above the trees so you can see like the banks, like the hedge funds, like the insurance companies. That's how they trade. They trade on the weekly, the monthly. Look at these moves. This is how your bank right now is trading your money. This is over 4,000 pips up. Then it dropped down here, another, that's almost 3,000 pips. These are the moves, the banks, the long-term big moves. Now, of course, they have millions of dollars on these moves, so they're making a lot more. But you want to understand the overall movement of the market. Very, very important as you're trading. Now, I'm going to go back to that example where we're looking to come in on a smaller time frame, let's say even a 15-minute time frame. I'm going to go back over here. Okay. Well, here's the other example I gave. Look at these moves on the 15-minute time frame. Here's a doji candle. Look at this trend line becomes support and resistance right up here to the green line of profit. Don't get greedy. Take your profit. Here's a pullback. Currency pairs, they pull back, they pull back. Now, unless you are trading this on the 4 hour or on the daily. What do you mean by that, Andre? What I mean by that is this. At this point right here, let me show you this. There is a potential. Let's say you got in down here somewhere in this doji. It went up here. You got yours, let's say 60 pips to the green line of resistance, right? If you're trading this same thing right here on the bigger time frame, then you're looking at each day. After each 24 hours, you see blue, you see, you know what? I'm staying in all the way to the what? The ceiling of resistance. That's how you ride these bigger time frames. Here, you were staying in red. It broke this one floor, almost went down to this second floor. That is over 300 pips. Just like price is doing now. Every day, all you're seeing is blue. The trend is up. The trend is blue. So you know what? Even if you're going in on lower time frames, go with the trend. The trend is your friend. You're going to hear that over and over. Trade with the trend. What do you mean by that? If you're entering, don't sell. Just look for blue. Enter on the blue. If you're scalping, you're a scalper. You're in and out. You're compounding money. Every time it pulls back, what do you mean by that? I mean by this. Price went up. It pulled back. It never just goes up in a straight line like you see on a daily. And it goes up in waves, Elliott waves. It pulls back. Every time there's a pullback, this is your opportunity for an entry. How do you do that, Andre? Very simple. Like this. Let's say right here, right? Here's a pullback. This happened at 4:15 p.m. Eastern time. You look at your charts, you already know the daily time frame is what? It's up. How do you know that? You look at what? The daily time frame to get the trend, right? Right here, the daily time frame is up. Let me get rid of this line not to confuse you. I'm just left clicking and right click, hit delete. I know I'm talking fast, but this is recorded. You can watch it over and over again. And also we have a ton more videos for you to watch. I'm just showing you the simplicity of this once you understand it, right? Let me get rid of, okay, I think this was my pullback. Let me see. I got so many lines. I think this one is it. Okay, I'm gonna go back down to the 15-minute time frame, right? Here it is right here. Now, you know the market moves in waves. It went up, it pulled back. It went up, you're buying. Every time it goes up, you're making money, right? How much money you're making depends on how much you place on each trade. Here at about 4 p.m. in the evening, you say, you know what? This was a nice pullback. And now I saw that the candlestick at 6:15, this is an M15 time frame. Every candlestick represents 15 minutes of time. You saw that was blue. The second was blue. I at least wait for 2 candlesticks to close the same color. On this third one, which happens to be a little doji candles represent, there's a high probability for a trend reversal. Here it was going down, doji candle, small body, wicks on each other end. Once again, go into the IML Academy, find out what doji are, learn your candlestick patterns. There's a possibility for it to move up. You could have said, okay, you know what? I'm going to listen to Andre. I'm going to define my risk. Now, you measure, where is the next floor of support? It's way down here, about almost 70 pips. You say, you know what? I don't want to risk that much. What I'm going to do, this is one of the things I do, I'm going to come in and put my stop loss right below where the market showed me it came down to last. This is another little support and resistance area here. The green lines are the major ones. This is a minor one. If you're wrong, it does not matter. Why? You're only going to lose about, let's say, 15, 16, 17 pips. It's not about being right or wrong. If you're wrong, how much do you lose? And when you're right, how much do you earn? That is the key to trading. Don't get nervous about losing money. You're going to lose. You're going to take losses. All the great traders take losses. The best traders in the world, they take losses. But the key thing is small losses right here and bigger wins. I always traded the stop loss. I always traded the stop loss. I've seen these markets turn around and swing, crazy. A news announcement may come out, a natural disaster, something may happen that causes these currency pairs to swing. You don't want to be in a trade with no stop loss, and that thing swings against you the opposite way, and you wipe all your money out. The stop loss is just what it says, a stop loss. It stops you from losing. You define how much you're going to lose, and then you get in and say, you know what? Very simple. If I'm on the risk, at least say 18 pips, say 20 pips to round it off, I'm looking to pick up at least 40 pips, 80 pips. 2 for 1, 1 to 1, risk to reward ratios. If I'm willing to risk $10, I'm looking to pick up at least 20, 30, or 40. I'm not going to risk $10 to pick up $10. That's 1 to 1. Then you have to be right like 80% of the time. That's another training. Once again, this is in the IML Academy, IML TV. Get in there, get the knowledge, get the information. But once again, you saw the pullback happen here. You jumped in at 4:15 in the evening, and you rolled up. You say, you know what? I'm going to go for 40 pips. Here's your 40 pips about right there. Let's say about right there with the spread. That happened about, let's say, the next day at 1:15 a.m. And it just took its time to get there, you know. Sometimes the candlesticks move fast. Sometimes they move slow, but you got your 40 pips. You could even went for 100 pips, and you'd have picked that up, 100 pips. And once again, just learning how to enter on these support and resistance areas. Look at this. Price broke through, pulled back, and at 19:30, this is going to be 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. You saw one blue, another blue. You say, you know what? I'm going to say wait for 2 confirming candles, jump in on this candlestick. I'm putting my stop loss right below here. You're risking like 20 pips. And look, it went up. It gave you almost 100 pips. If you're getting 40 pips again, you got your 40 pips about right in here, including the spread. That trade was over at 21:45. That's going to be 9:45 Eastern time at night. And this happens over and over again. Look at this right here. Came up, hit, here's a doji, bounced off one candle, two candles confirm. You jumped on this one at 8:30 in the morning, New York. You almost got your 40 pips. Then it pulled back. Then it went down and gave you over 40 pips. If you can just time these support and resistance areas, as you can see here, you can just, it's almost like shooting a fish in a barrel over and over again. The key thing is getting into these areas. How do you catch these trades? By looking at the bigger time frame. This means is when this pair was going up here, you know, it could possibly fall down, 1, 2. When it hit this floor, where was it going to go up to? 1 target, 2 target, 3 targets. That was over, let's say 600 pips in a matter of 6 days. Do you understand what a standard lot? That's $6,000 you just made on one trade that you left in to go. Look at this over here. Same thing happened over and over again. Hit 1, 2, 3, almost hit 4. That's over 800 pips. And once again, these are riding the bigger time frames, looking at the bigger view. This is just one currency pair. I'm just on the Euro New Zealand dollar. You don't have to look at 1,000 currency pairs to make money trading these markets. One currency pair can do it. Now, there's a lot to look at. You know, I suggest, my professional recommendation, balance it down to a few. Let's look what's happening on the pound Aussie. Pound Aussie right now is like in a little consolidation area right here. Daily time frame, it's been over what? Short, you know. So here's the next floor of support, another 100 and let's say 40 pips away. We're looking for that thing to continue down. If it turns around, here, look at it. It came down, it pulled back, it fell. It may pull back a little more, it may fall. Here's your target right here. If it gets through this floor support, here's your next target down here, 450 pips away. Just like here when it was coming up, it went to 1 and it went all the way up 700 pips in about 5 days. Standard lot is $7,000, you know, in 5 days. Just amazing. So what you're looking for here, you're looking for this thing to pull back. Here's an hour and to start turning down again. And once again, you can enter on whichever time frame you like. Here's a 4 hour. This tells you a clue. Every 4 hour, you're seeing blue, 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 blue. So you wouldn't sell yet. What do you want to see? You want to see this. It pulled back. Here's a doji candle, 1 confirming, 2 confirming. On this one, which happened at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, it fell down 200 pips. So what you're looking forward to see is 1 red candle and then a second red candle. Enter on the 3rd candle and sell. Sell to where? Here's your target right here. Do not go against the trend. The trend is what? Is down. Go with the trend. What's the pound New Zealand doing? Pound New Zealand, what did it do? It broke through this ceiling at 1949 area right here, went up to where it was previously, where it was on May 10th, which is my birthday. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes, everybody. And now it's back up there again. Here on the 4 hour, what did it do? It came down. Look at the doji candle right here. Boom. 1 confirming, 2 confirming, went up, hit 1, and broke through over 100 pips. 1 hour time frame, same thing has happened. Look at the picture right here. Came down, broke through this floor of support, came down this floor of support, stopped the momentum. The bears lost control. The bulls took over. Here's a big doji. This is the candlestick right here, is my money candlestick right here. This doji candle is telling me, hey, possible trend reversal to go the other way. What did it do? 1 confirming, 2, you're going to jump right to the doji. You're putting your stop loss. I would put it in this case right below the doji. Why? Look how it came down here just to make you mad. If your stop loss is right below the green line, stop you out while you're sleeping at the gym, at the mall, at the beach, at working. You look back later, it went up here almost 80 pips to that target. So I would put my stop loss right here below this doji right here. That would be my stop loss. And I would survive this spike out right here. Even if you got spiked out, you could have got back in right. None of these candlesticks were able to open and close below this green line. What do you mean by open and close, Andre? Like this candlestick open and close above the green line. It is not touching the green line like here. Completely above the green line. Here, none of these candles here over the last I'm pushing down the ball of my mouse, dragging the left click. Last 20 hours, we're able to open and close below this green line. This was the market telling you that for the pound New Zealand, it can't get below 1.939 area. It can't get below. What did I tell you? Currencies, the candles do not like to hang around these support and resistance areas. That's why when it came here, let me do this. When it got here, what did it do? It blasted off in this 1 hour. It went up over 100 pips. It hit this line. You know why? People who are trading support and resistance, they know these areas. They're putting in buy orders. Boom, that thing went up 100 pips. Then it went up another almost 250 pips. Over and over again. Hit a, right here is a minor support and resistance area. And if I do this and I mark this area, you can see that these candlesticks are stuck. In order to know what may happen in the future, always look back to the past to see what happens. And there's a good chance there's other areas where this area was a support and resistance area. Here it broke through it, didn't even see it, you know? Here it got stuck on it, pulled back to it. So support and resistance is your friend once you understand how to use it. Let's look at my favorite currency pair, the pound yen. What's going on with it? We rode this puppy down right here on 27th of April, all the way down 400 pips. Every single day, we saw red, 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 red. These are the Heikanaichi candlesticks that I like to use if you're utilizing MT4 on your computer. All you have to do is go up here, the indicator list, go here, click on custom, and look for the Heikanaichi right here. They'll pop up. They'll come on, usually red and white. They're defaulted, and that just shows the difference. I'm going to remove them. I want you to look at this area right here. I'm going to show you why I like Heikanaichi candlesticks. All you see is red, 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 red. I'm going to put on the default candlesticks. Some people like them. I don't like them. I like Heikanaichi. I'm going to remove these. I'm going to put on the regular candlesticks. You see, red, blue, red, blue. Heikanaichi smooth out the noise of the market. That's why I love Heikanaichi candlesticks. You don't have to use them. Some people don't like them. I like them. Here, you see a lot more red, blue, red, blue. I'm going to put back on the Heikanaichis. I say the template. Here, I see red, blue pullback. You know, for me, it's what works best for me. Do what works best for you. You may see the market differently than I do. The key thing is just learn support and resistance. Once you learn support and resistance, this is the H4. Each candlestick represents 4. Look at this. Look at this doji right here. This doji happened at 8 a.m. Eastern time. So this means at 12 noon, when this candle closed, the doji, and you look back, let me do this. You saw this big doji candle. You wait for 1 confirming, 2 confirming, boom. You're in at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And what did this thing do? It fell all the way down over 400 pips to the area of 147. You could have stayed in that trade. Do you understand that from April 26th to May 4th, over 400 pips, you get a standard lot, that's $4,000. 2 standard lots, $8,000. 3 standard lots, it doesn't matter. As your account begins to grow, you're going to add on more money to each account. Once you get to the point where you're doing a standard lot, that's 1.0. If you don't know what that means, get to the IML Academy, IML TV. It'll teach you all about that, what it is, lot size and all that. You can begin to trade. Now, let's say you dig into this trade. You can say, you know what? I'm going for 40 pips. You got about right there somewhere. Or you're going for 100 pips. That's 200 pips right there. Or you just had faith, patience, let the trade do what it's going to do, and you rode it all the way down. You picked up all those pips. Once again, you're looking at the bigger time frame. You're looking at the daily time frame. The daily time frame showed us that every single day, this currency pair, the pound yen, closed lower, made lower lows. And I called this all the way down, even when it was up here somewhere. And I said, look for it to hit that area. And what did it do? It came down there, hit the floor of support. Once again, currency pairs do not like to hang around floors of support or ceilings of resistance. What's it doing now? It's bouncing around and trying to decide, am I going back up or will I turn back around and go down? Now, looking at the daily, I'm seeing blue, blue, red, red, blue. Nothing is defined. I'm not seeing red, red, red enough. So what I'm going to do, I've already made money going down. I'm not in a rush to give it back, you know. Sit on the money, wait for the market to tell you where it's going. Wait to see some consecutive higher highs and lower lows. What do you mean by that, Andre? I want to see the next blue candle for the day close higher than this blue candle. That's all it is. I want to see this right here. This candle right here, let me mark this, hopefully you can see this. This candlestick right here closed higher than this previous day. So on April 6th, it closed higher than it did on April 5th. It made a higher high. That's a sign telling you that the bulls are in control. The people who are buying want this currency pair to go up or have the control, have the momentum. Over here, when it was going down, it was the opposite. Over here was the opposite. So when I see another day, today is what, at the time of this recording, this is May 14th, May 15th, when this candle closed, I want to see the other candle close higher, and then that may tell us that, you know what, there may be bullish momentum. All you can do then is drop down on a lower time frame. You go down to the 4 hour, the 1 hour, whatever you want to do, and just take the trades, the pullbacks going that way. Let's say you said to me, Andre, I think it's going to go up. It's fine. Who knows? Once again, we don't predict. We can't guarantee anything. All you could do is define your risk. So you think it's going to go up? You say, okay, what you're going to do, you're going to wait to see a blue candle, 1, and then a second blue candle, 2, making higher highs. You say, you know what? I'm going to put my stop loss right below this previous area, this pullback, and I'm only going to risk, let's say, in this case, let's say the other candle was up here. You're risking like 15 pips. So what if you lose that trade? You know what? If you're risking 15, you're looking to pick up at least double, triple, quadruple that. Right there is like 50 pips. That's all it is, doing the same thing over and over again. You saw this pullback, came here, you saw blue, so you said I'm going to jump in, and I'm going for 40 pips. You know, you got it. And this is, once again, on the 15-minute time frame, doing the same thing over and over, catching these ceilings of resistance and floors of support. So once again, we just looked at 4 pairs, and this happens also with Bitcoin, with cryptocurrencies. I mean, I'm going to do another training on that. Once again, mark up your charts. If you're trading Ripple, whatever crypto you're trading, there's about 1,600 different cryptocurrency pairs. Bitcoin is the one that most people know. It's making a lot of moves. The things with cryptos, they move fast. So you're catching these moves. You can catch 40, 50, 100 pips, 200 pips in no time. Once again, take your time. Practice proper risk management. Don't over leverage your account. And this becomes fun. It becomes repetitious. And you're doing the same thing over and over. You could trade 1 pair. You could trade multiple pairs. It does not matter because there's always going to be setups. Look at this. This came through at 1300, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So just look at, there's always trading opportunities. So it doesn't matter if you're working 1 job, 2 jobs, you want to trade in the morning, the afternoon, the evening. There's always trade opportunities happen over and over again, you know, for you to catch. Look at this move right here, right? This fell 100 and let's say almost 50 pips. What was the daily time frame doing at this time when this happened? Let's see, what was the daily doing? Here, what it was doing, price had came up through and it was starting to turn back around and it came down. This is where you could say, you know what? I know in this case that this area, this yellow line, is a strong support and resistance area. Well, you could have said, okay, if these candlesticks get below this line, I'm looking to sell. It came down 100 pips, went back up. Here's a story it's telling you. It cannot break above that yellow line. It keeps hitting the yellow line. Once again, price does not like to stay around these support and resistance areas. When you see this, this is the 4 hour. Every 4 hours, it's consolidating, going sideways, cannot break, cannot break. You say, you know what? This thing can't get through this 152 area. I'm looking for a possible fall away sell. And there's a big doji candle. There's one confirming red candle too. You jumped in at 8 o'clock Eastern time and you begin writing it down. You can do the same thing on the 1 hour time frame and just look for entries. All you're looking for is a place to define your risk, that if you're wrong, when you're wrong, you will be wrong, you take a small loss. Once you get in, let these things run. If you're using Heikanachis and I'm seeing red, 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 you think I'm getting out? I'm not getting out till I see a blue candlestick. When the market is giving you the money, it's like printing money, take the money. When it's going sideways consolidation, you sit back on your hands and you relax. But when it's giving you those pips and those profits, don't jump out. Amateurs, they get 10 or 20 pips and they jump out. They took all that time to wait for a good setup and then they shortcut themselves by the market giving them the profits, and they get out of the market too early. Get what the market gives you when it's going to give to you. After every consolidation, every sideways market, there's a breakout coming. After usually every breakout, there's a consolidation. What does that mean, Andre? That means when you saw this, this is looking at the 1 hour. Every hour, these candlesticks keep hitting this yellow line, hitting this yellow line. This candlestick opened and closed above, but then shortly the next candlestick red, it came back below. When you see it hitting this wall, this ceiling, that's letting you know, get ready for the breakout trade. And then when that thing starts to break away, you jump on and just ride it. Hey, once again, it's Andre Campbell. Hopefully I gave you guys some information tonight to, help take your trading to another level. Once again, get into IML Academy. While I'm here, I'm going to show you very quickly how I can see all 4 charts at the same time. Right here, for those you can see that, I put my mouse over this, a range of windows, I click on it, and it brings up all 4 pairs at the same time. And you can also have different views, as you're doing this. Learn about the windows, cascade, a lot of different things you can see to view these currency pairs. Once again, it's all training, all education, and it's fun. Once you learn it, it is phenomenal. I want to thank everyone for coming on. We're going to do this call every Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Get on here, learn and earn. More importantly, invite your guests, invite your teams, invite your friends, invite your families so they can begin to see, that this markets aren't scary. It's just about educating ourselves. And I tell people, this is what I call an LCE, a life-changing education. It's changed my life and the lives of many others, and it can change your life also. Those of you who are in South Florida, we'll see you at the events. Also, go to our team website, cmprofits.com. Click on Facebook. Join all of our Facebook groups to keep up the dates on our next events, on trainings, on different things like this, so you can plug in and get your people in also. So once again, we're looking at these 4 currency pairs. Let me kind of clean them up real quick. Euro New Zealand, that thing is on the move up. We're looking for it to go up to the 1.731 area. That's about another 80 pips up. Pound New Zealand, go back to the daily. This thing has got hit in the area right here, where it's hit the last 3 days, but it's moving up. Hey, we're looking for the momentum to continue up another 100 and let's say 50 pips. The pound yen, we already made a lot of good money on this thing. It's taking a break right now. Here's another thing you could do, right? You could put it in a box. What I'll do, I'll take a horizontal line here on the top, and I'll put another one at the bottom. And I say, you know what? Show me that you want to get above this line or below. Get outside of this box. If you come below, which it is, I'm looking to sell. If it gets above, I'm looking to buy again. Just boxing it up, The pound Aussie, what's this thing doing? Let me clean this up. The pound Aussie is overall on a downward daily. The last 4 days, it's like hitting this area right here. I'm going to kind of like box this up where it's kind of like stuck in this area. But once again, the overall trend is what? It's down. This is where the amateurs are buying, like they bought here. And this was a move up. You could have bought and made some pips. Went up 200 pips or pullback. But we know the overall trend was down. So we're waiting for it to continue on down to the 1.786 area, which is about another, let's say 100 pips down. It's 130, about 100 pips down. So once again, we have some charts to look at here. And also Bitcoin. Well, let me see. I can look at Bitcoin real quick. And we trade Bitcoin on JAFX. Let me see what this thing is doing real quick. If I have anything on Bitcoin. Okay, here's Bitcoin. Let me see what Bitcoin is doing. Let's go to the daily. And you can see I have the charts marked the same way. The same way. Oh, look at this doji on Bitcoin. Here it is right here, doji candle. And this is the daily time frame. Let me do this. This could be a big trade. Now, look what Bitcoin did, right? It went up right here. Let me blow this up right here. On May 6th, right? It went up to this ceiling of resistance at 97.95. Let's say the $9,700 area. Formed a doji. And over the next, 4 days, 4 days, it came down, broke through this $8,700 area, couldn't get any lower, and now a doji candle is forming. What that means is a possibility this may be the pullback on this move going up. Here it went up, it pulled back. This may be a pullback, and it may go back up here to the 97 area again. That's a lot of money, a lot of pips. If it breaks that, it's going back up to $11,000 a coin. And that's 2,000 pips up. So we're looking quite possibly, go to the 4 hour. What's the 4 hour tell us? Look at this. The 4 hour, the candles cannot get above this 87 area. So what I'm looking to see is a blue candle open and close above this green line. This green line is at 8,731.71. Those of you who are taking notes, that's 8731.71. 8731.71. I want to see a blue candlestick open and close above that area. If it does, we're looking at ride that puppy right up here to 97 area. What's the 1 hour showing us? 1 hour, look at that, doji going down. 1 hour is consolidating, keeps hitting this 87 area, can't get above. Look at this, came up to it, fell off. So we're looking to see if and when, we don't know, if it breaks above, we're looking to put our stop loss below this 87 area. And once again, ride this baby all the way up here. You get a standard lot on that thing. Congratulations. You just made a quick $10,000, $20,000. I don't know, whatever you're trading. You know, some of you are trading even more lots than that. We have some people on our team, with this Bitcoin, you know, past results do not guarantee future profits. We have someone on our team in 3 days made $300,000 trading just Bitcoin. Once again, this thing moves. It moves. Take it seriously. Mark up Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, whatever you're doing. I don't trade the other cryptos. I just focus on Bitcoin. Like I say, 1 or 2 currency pairs can make all the money you need. I mean, you don't need to have to focus all of them. Once again, look at this down here in April, right? The end of March into April, Bitcoin could not break below $6,000. You should have known by this training, hey, it does not like to stay at these support and resistance areas. Where's the next move up? Right back up to 87, and that's what it did. It went right back up there, 2,000 pip move easy. Then it went on up to 97, couldn't break that area, fell off, and now we're looking to see what's it going to do. Is it going to continue down to 6, or is this doji that's forming on the daily going to give us a signal, all the bulls, the buyers, to push back up to the 97 area? So definitely keep your eye on Bitcoin. That could be a big major move to put a lot of money in your trading account. Once again, utilize proper risk management. Let's say hypothetically right now, you wanted to get into this trade. Once again, knowing what you just learned, you want to see the candlesticks open and close above this green line here at 8731.71. Who knows when that may happen? It could happen in the next hour. It could happen tomorrow night. Cryptocurrencies are 24 hours a day. This market is 24 hours a day. Forex trades from Sunday to Friday, 24 hours, close on the weekend. Cryptos are 24 hours a day. So you can get into these markets 24 hours a day. Now, some of you are trading this off the support and resistance. You saw this little doji here. You say, you know what? I'm going to sell. It came down here over 300 pips. Your stop loss is right above here. You scalped you. If you're doing a standard lot, that's a quick $3,000. That's the power. In how many hours? Let's say you just got 200 pips, $2,000. That's in like 2 hours. That's the power of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin. Look at these moves off the support and resistance areas. This thing gives a lot of pips. As a matter of fact, I'm about to go on a mission and just trade the breaks off of Bitcoin. I'm trying to make $1 million just trading Bitcoin. And you can do it. Others have done it. Once again, hey, I'm not going to overcook your grits, give you too much information. Cannot feed a baby steak. Hopefully you got something for this. Don't stay up all night looking at Bitcoin. Don't drive yourself cross-eyed wearing glasses, you know. I mean, this thing will give you glasses. Once again, I've got the Note 8. You can get these things on your phone, your tablet, access the markets anywhere in the world, and we're just having fun. I got a lot more stuff to show you guys. Once again, I can't give it to you all in one day. I'm going to show you how to do moving average strategies on this, but to keep it simple, to understand how to make money with these markets, I've just given you enough information that you could begin profiting, growing your account, creating generational wealth, creating unlimited amounts of money, helping your family, get that new home, that new car, helping those parents retire. I was speaking to someone today, and they're taking care of a family member, and, thankful to trading, they've got the resources to do that now. I mean, there's so many life-changing situations out there that people are going through, and a lot of people are hurting. They're desperate. They're praying for opportunity. And we have the gold right here, not only to help ourselves, but to bless and help a lot of other people. And once again, the way to help yourself is by helping other people. Do not keep this stuff to yourself. It's selfish. If I kept this knowledge to myself, didn't share it with other people, it would be very selfish of me. People think just becoming an IBO or it's all about building a team. No, we've learned to trade. We know the power of what we have in our hands, and we want to empower other lives and change other lives. And that great man who came, some people call him a prophet, some people call him the son of God, he came, and what did he do? He helped other people. It wasn't all about him. People say, Andre, if I could just learn how to trade, yeah, you're thinking about yourself. Then if you get hurt, sick, or can't work, your income is depending on yourself. If you help other people prosper and you also become an IBO, you'll always have increase. You'll have prosperity. You'll always benefit. Why? Because you took the time, effort, and energy to help other people. Whoa, we've been on here for a while. I don't even know who won the game. Once again, we're back here Monday night. Next Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern time, same place. Everyone have a blessed and a prosperous day, evening, night, depending on where you are when you see this recording. Everybody be blessed. As always, I am with you, prosperity in life and in business.
All right. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Awesome training.
Awesome training, Andre.
Congrats, everybody. Awesome. Let's watch that Bitcoin. Let's catch it. Let's catch it. All right.
One eye open and one eye closed.
Listen, I'm not missing that thing. I'm going to be watching this market we're going to catch that thing. We're going to catch it. We'll let you know. We'll get the word out if that thing opens and closes above that 8731.17. Everyone be blessed.